You are now locked in to the Sitting Down with the Sisters podcast.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Sitting Down with the Sisters. We are your hosts. I'm Ashley.
I'm Temi.
I'm Ayo.
And this is episode 2 of season 4. Arise.
They're tired of you lot already.
They're never ever tired.
We just came back as well. What
That's
a shame.
it. You some of you should even be away. You shouldn't even be waiting for this to drop. You should be doing the countdown with us.
Come on.
Night vigil.
But we're here anyway. That's what
that part, honestly. Thank you to those, the response that we've gotten from our first episode. Those of you who, you have us on socials, but you have still nothing to say in regards to sitting down. In regards to sitting down with the sisters.
Oh, my days.
But no problem. God is on the throne. Heaven is our home.
Heaven is our home.
That part.
Hallelujah.
So, those who won't support, God will bring into our lives others who will.
Right.
Actually, what?
Anyways, we'll begin the episode. Do you want the intro?
So today's episode is basically just a whole topic around body modification. Mm-hmm. So we're discussing, even though we have spoken about it briefly on other episodes, but we're bringing it all together. So this is going to be a topic on its own. So we're talking about BBLs, we're talking about lip fillers, and all these trendy things that have been happening. Trendy things that have been happening that we're seeing a lot of women,
Botox, everything.
Do you know what I mean?
Like the whole lot.
We're even talking on piercings too, as little as piercings, tattoos, body modification,
tatouage.
But yeah, we're talking about that. What else are we doing?
And just the way that the way it's gone on a rise, and how people relate with, like, how normal it is, I guess.
I also want to know what you guys think about the reason behind why people do them in the first place,
and also whether we have ever considered it ourselves, what we may have considered wanting, or our thoughts now and whatever through. So
to answer the first part of your question, I think the reason why it is so popular and trendy now, and why people are so quick to get it, is I think multiple reasons. I think one of the main reasons is because it's so easily accessible now. I feel like before it was more so, it was only for people who had money, whereas now in this day and age, you have companies reaching out to influencers. If you come and do this, we'll give you half price,
which is
or
very
XYZ, or if we'll give it to you for free, which is so dangerous. Another reason also is because obviously social media is definitely amplified, and we're in a time where we're over analyzing how we look, and because we're over analyzing how we look, we're now able to point out things that it isn't actually a big deal. Like, it's not actually something that you should be losing sleep over. Like, yes, everyone has flaws, but to go as far to nip the bud in with everything, that's not, it's not normal money. Right? I feel like the way it's been normalized, like you said, it's so dangerous, because you have people as young as, for example, Molly May. She said 18 when she got her first, when she got something first done, and that's very young, because that's still puberty.
And in some cultures, women, when they get to a certain age, either 16 or 18, they get their boobs done.
Right? Yes.
Birthday present. Just one of those things.
That's a really good point.
And I remember first time I realized that was a thing, I was really upset, because it's like those things are very life-threatening. Well, maybe not the fillers, but the boob job and the BBL, Brazilian butt lifts,
going under the knife.
And I see a lot of surgeons talking about this online, just saying it's one of the most dangerous procedures, Brazilian butt lifts, that can ever be done, and women still put themselves under the knives and do this consistently. Of course, there's a high survival rate. Like, I understand that.
I think they don't show the accurate numbers.
I
personally
that's a
think
good point.
The reason as well it's on the
rise. That's a really good point.
Is because more time, nobody is putting enough of a light on the other side. We're only just seeing the people that are very popular in celeb or pop culture that have had successful BBLs, and how they're so desired, and that's the narrative that's constantly pushed. But the narrative that isn't pushed is how many people have developed septicemia, so many infections within their body, and their body rejects the fat that's been put in a different place, and they're literally left with gaping holes in their body, and so many different things.
Do you guys, be honest, you guys feel like if they do release these factual, things about the BBLs and the surgeries,
Yeah.
do you think a lot of people will be more reluctant to get it?
No.
No, it's the same way.
That was my
Yeah,
point.
it's the same way they sell cigarette packs and it says smoking kills on the
People
thing.
are still buying cigarettes.
People are still
doing
gonna
it.
get.
Some people even see it as artwork. They don't see it as a warning.
I watched.
Yeah, they see it as inspiration.
Do you know what? They're so desensitized to it. It's just like,
Do you know
it's just
exactly?
what's on a
And you
cigarette
always
pack.
feel like it could never be me. Like that's what people's thoughts are when they go, "Oh, don't happen to me."
I mean, it happens to people, but what's the possibility
Of happening to
What's the
me.
chance?
Right, exactly.
I was watching an interview a few weeks ago on Ivorian Doll, and there's been speculations about her, you know, in terms of her body. She's 23 years old. She's a UK artist, and she's on the rise, and you know, she's doing her thing in the UK
very
game,
well.
doing
In the music
very well.
industry.
Very happy for her. And she was on the Wumi Bello show actually, and she was
I love
talking
Wumi
about-
Bello.
She was
Shout out to
talking-
her.
Shout out to Wumi Bello. She was talking about her body and just, you know, just the industry and just how women's
I
body are
remember that.
sexualized, and it almost seemed like Ivorian Doll had accepted it, which I feel like a lot of women have done in the music industry. They've just accepted that that's just what it is, especially if you know Ivorian Doll, she is quite open with her body, you know, she has that sex appeal that a lot of people want or whatever, and she's very open, not very open, but she, in the interview, she said that she is contemplating.
She was transparent about
She's
it.
very, very
She was
transparent,
honest.
which I was very happy about. But she did say she's not completely closed off to the idea of getting plastic surgery, getting a BBL, and that's where it starts. Do you get it? And the reason I pointed that out is because that's where it starts.
Yeah.
She just didn't wake up one morning and decided
Exactly.
that there's a chance that she might get a BBL. She's seen all these women do it. If you know her very well, she loves Nicki Minaj. She's been seeing Nicki Minaj use from the get-go.
Right.
All these Sweetie, all these
Everyone.
You know, and to her, she wants to be on that level
Yeah.
of fame.
So
she
she's now
feels like- she
thinking,
feels like
okay,
for
this
her
is what I
get
need to
that
do
level,
to
this
get
is what I
there.
need. And she said
Right.
it too. She said, I feel like if I don't get it, I don't think I'll be where I want to be.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you
That's
need,
very
you need to
sad.
look the part to be the part.
And it's almost like a rite of passage now for women. Like if
Yes.
you want to become that next level baddie,
Yeah.
like that's the next step. You can do everything you
And
want to
do
do,
you know
but
what?
that's the next step.
We're saying it, and I'm trying to be careful because I don't want to say it in a sense where I don't want it to come across as if these women are delusional in the way they think, because they're not. There's a reason why they think like
Yeah.
that, and I see why they
Yeah.
think
Right,
like that.
of
Because I
course.
can't tell you what I
You'd
would
be ignorant to ignore it.
It's easy for me to sit here as someone that's not in Ivorian Doll's situation or Nicki Minaj's situation and say I will never get a BBL.
Yeah, exactly.
Only you until you're in that situation before you know exactly what you will do.
Yeah.
Especially when you know where you want to go. So I hear where these girls are coming from, but my question is, where exactly is all of this coming from? This demand of BBLs and
That's
big
what I was
bumps
gonna
and everything.
say.
Where is it coming from?
I genuinely think it is the pressure of seeing that body type being praised as the most attractive body type. And I'll explain why, because even as somebody like me who I'm just a normal girl, I just live a normal life.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's times my brain slips into thinking my body isn't curvaceous enough. I need to do
I'm not a
this.
thickums.
I need to, exactly. Not
I'm
all
not-
three of us are quite petite. When you see, if you
Right.
see us in real life, we're very petite, small babes, and we don't have the maddest curves. Like we're very just
normal.
just
We're
normal
normal
looking
girls.
babes. Nothing wrong with how we look. We just look
Right.
normal. Do you know what I mean? But what I've noticed, and I feel like this only came about more as I've gotten older. It didn't really happen when we were younger. 'Cause,
Right.
like social media, we were born into the social media age, kind of, but like it was like MSN. We were still. It was not the same.
It
as
wasn't
is
in
now.
our
How it is
faces
now, because when you go to-
24/7.
If you go to secondary school and you see full-faced girls with makeup, that was not
That
our
was not our
generation.
gen,
We grew up with
exactly.
that.
But now, like it's mad because it's like. I feel like there's so many of us that are saying we're gonna go gym because we want our bodies to look a certain way. Like even that rise is mad. The amount of girls trying to go to the gym,
But it's a better.
I don't
Of
think
course,
there's anything wrong with
yeah,
that.
it's a better
But it's more about-
alternative or whatever.
I'm just thinking it's more the motivations, because for me it's like
What's motivating
What's motivating you to want to go to the gym?
Is it because you
It's not
genuinely want to be
fitness.
healthy inside?
Yeah, it's not
Or
fitness.
because you want your body to
Or is
look
it
a
because you
certain
want
way?
it to be
And I'm
like
so-
that?
And I'm so glad you brought up the discussion around body dysmorphia. That's what we call it. Because, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like in the last year, let's say when COVID started, when lockdown started, I
Right.
feel like I've never really looked at my body and thought, what is going on here? But since the lockdown, I struggled with body dysmorphia, and I've just seen my body differently from how I think other people see it. Because
Right.
when I talk about these issues to my friends, I don't know if I've ever brought it up with you guys, but when I speak about the issue to my friends, they're like, what are you like? They
Yeah, you have brought it up to us, yeah.
They either don't see it, or they don't think it's as deep as I'm making it
Yeah.
seem. And I've expressed like the fact that I've put on weight, like I have put on weight from when I used to.
Yeah,
look,
when you were younger.
Do you know what I mean? Which is very normal because my metabolism slows
Slowing down, you're growing up,
Do you know what I mean?
age.
I'm growing up, all of that stuff. And that's just all it is.
And it's normal.
Do you know what I mean? It's not like, I don't know.
It's you becoming more of a woman
Get twisted,
more
it's
than
not
anything.
it's not as if, like, because my head would play games and think, oh my gosh, you're actually fat. Like,
That happened to me.
I literally would look at myself and be like, wow, how have you let yourself go
that
like
much?
this to this extent?
Mate.
Because I used to be all right with my body and all these things. And don't get it twisted, I haven't gone as far as contemplating surgery, but I have thought, oh my god, like,
if my body was like this,
looked like this, I would like it better than if it was like that.
Yeah,
I get
makes
more
sense.
this,
I'd
guys.
be more that.
That's where it starts.
That's where it
as
starts.
well.
It's literally those little things. And do you know
So
where it all
true.
stems from? Is comparison. Because at the end of the day, we are comparing our body to a certain other body type.
Right.
If we truly liked how we looked, right, we wouldn't compare it to. Or if we thought we were sufficient enough, we'd be able to look at other people and be like, that's cool, but I'm happy with how I look.
or even more so to go as far as say, oh wow, she's beautiful, but her beauty doesn't take away from your own. Like,
Exactly.
okay, her body's like that, wow, amazing, but my body doesn't have to look like that for me
And
to.
I'm grateful,
Right.
for the most part, that is how I think. But there's days where I'm just like, cheese hairs. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and the craziest thing about the body dysmorphia thing is, it is the biggest delusion ever. Because I'll catch myself in the mirror and I'll be like, wait, what are you talking about? Or somebody else will say something to me like, I thought, okay, this is going to sound mad to a lot of people because I've never been big in my life. Like, ever. I've always been a petite babe. Always had like very like defined jaw, like whatever.
Yeah.
There was literally a time, I think last year, that I was like, wow, Ayo, you're big. And I was like, then my brother and my dad were like, Ayo, like, you're looking very small. I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Like, he suddenly just said something, and I was just like, huh?
That always happens, and I genuinely feel like that's God, because there's times when you can be so wrapped up, like you said, comparing yourself, and I truly believe comparison is the thief of joy. And then it's like when people say those comments, it almost like it wakes you up. You're like, okay, so if more than one person is saying it and I'm seeing a different thing, well then maybe I have to be
wrong.
seeing it wrong.
And it's not to say that to be bigger is what bad. I think just for us, like, and the way we look, it's assuming that we've put on weight in a way we wouldn't want to, versus like, say for instance our butts got bigger, we probably wouldn't have the same reaction.
Right.
But if it's because maybe we're seeing weight in our face or we're seeing weight in our stomach, we're like, oh
wait,
do you know what I'm saying?
It's the end of the world.
I do put on weight in my face, and
I put it on my
I
stomach.
just don't like it. Like, I would honestly not mind anywhere else on my face, but guess what? I've had to live with it, and that's just who I am.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if for someone that struggles with for someone that easily puts on weight on her face, I know how to avoid that, because that's my struggle.
Yeah.
Do you get it? So whatever you struggle with, you know how to contain it better, because then you can. Do you know what I mean?
Very true.
And I think like what you were saying about the body dysmorphia and hearing what other people said, that easily can change your mind. I'm glad, I would say, that I'm a type of person that can easily be swayed by, you know, those kind of feedback and think, oh yeah, I am
fine.
There's some people that hear that and then they don't believe it.
It goes
and
in
that's
one ear
sad.
and it comes out the other, and then they're still left with their thoughts and thinking, I still need to get this surgery, I still need to do this, I still need to do that. There was a post recently of and yet another influencer. I don't remember who she was, but I just remember seeing it and scrolling past it because it was just another sad story. She was talking about her BBL and how it went wrong and what's happening to her, what she's getting. And I don't mean to sound ignorant, but you know, I'm sure that influencer that got that BBL and started talking about these things, I'm pretty sure she knows who R Fabulous is.
I'm sure. 100%.
I could be wrong. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't know her. She don't know me.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure.
I'm just looking at it because I'm just seeing. I'm
75% sure she knows who R Fabulous is, and she's done her surgery after R Fabulous. Could you?
So I'm just looking at you because I'm just like.
I don't know about you, but R Fabulous surgery is enough for me to say no.
Right. That's a very good point. I think,
obviously, like I said, I don't mean for it to sound ignorant, but this is just me stating my facts. Do you know what I mean? And
I think the horror stories has really, and to answer the question, if I've ever thought about getting anything done, no.
Yeah, no.
I can't lie to you, never, ever.
It's just
so.
We're going.
Even though it's never gonna happen, I've joked around getting boob reduction.
Oh, is that not my life? People even ask me.
I've joked about it.
You know what's crazy about that one? For
because
me,
I think I will grow into my boobs.
people have even asked me, do you want to get one? Like,
The only time I'll ever even consider even getting it legitimately, and I hope it never gets to that because I hear it's a real thing, where your back actually starts to hurt because your boob is that big.
Right,
And that's different.
Mine
And that's
doesn't
for
even
health
hurt, so don't worry.
reasons.
Hallelujah, that's not us.
That's not us. And even if, you know, women that do actually get it for that reason, it's health reasons. It's
I
not
personally
cosmetics.
think, it's each to their own. Do whatever you want with your body. At the end of the day, you're an autonomous being, but
Right.
check your motivations, because you getting this body transformation or this body modification, whether it's fillers, whether it's your bum, whether it's your breast, like if it's not genuinely for you, then you're gonna get it and you're going to become one of those women that next year you then get the next
Something
one.
else.
Babe,
Then the year
not
after that,
even
you get
next
the
year.
there you
It's
go.
2 months. You've already found something else that you don't like about yourself. Said, well, you know what? I have the money, so let me go fix it.
Yeah.
Then after that, oh, it's not to my liking. Let me go refix it. That's why you have so many horror stories, or not even horror stories. You just hear so many stories of women getting their fillers, dissolving it, getting it again, or getting their boobs done. It's not to their liking, getting it redone,
One
or their
time, I'm
BBLs
sorry.
flying back and taking
it's
some
just-
out and something like.
It's just not that one procedure and that's
No.
it.
yeah,
There's
it never
more to
is.
it.
It never ever is.
It ends up becoming you treating your body like an inanimate object.
Yeah,
rather than
it's a
body.
routine now. That's part of
Because
your self-care
you're
routine.
literally, it's like you're putting your body on a display board and you're like, okay, I've done this part, check. What's next?
And there's an
It's
aftercare
dangerous.
process as well.
Exactly.
That
Yeah,
you've got
maintaining
to
it.
maintain it.
And most people don't go to the gym to maintain it, so that's why they're flying back.
More time, I'm sorry, I don't even want to sound ignorant again. More time, I don't even think I've ever seen a BBL that looks great.
Right. And on that topic,
That's-
right, we just...
It looks good on socials.
Exactly.
No, but in real life, you have to remember socials, people are blurring,
And to be
airbrushing.
fair, just to counterpart what I said, like on socials, you can make big money if you have a body that looks a certain way. So I get why these girls are getting it, but you got to remember, I will catch you down the road.
You're not on social media is actually not, even though some people make it their life, it's not actually your
not.
life.
And I was
You're
even-
not on social media 24/7. People will see you outside.
And I was even going to say to Temi's point, like, if your body is literally, you're getting it done for the approval of these people on social media, then when the next trend comes, what are you going to do?
That part.
Because your body isn't for you, it's for a spectacle. Because do you know what it is? Yeah, I don't even want to counteract it with, oh, you just need to love yourself more, because yes, that's true, we all know that, but then it's also what is your, like, what matters more to you, the appeal to your appeal to others, or your appeal to yourself? Because a lot of girls will say they get their body done for themselves, yeah, and I'm sorry, I do
that's a
not,
whole nother
but I
one.
don't believe that personally, because I don't think
That's what was going to be my
anybody-
next question.
I
Do
don't
you think these people love themselves if they're
No,
doing...
I'm not saying that you don't love yourself. I'm saying you're not doing,
not
it,
doing it
for
for
yourself.
yourself.
And the reason I say that is because who gets a big bum to look at their big bum in the mirror?
I don't think.
Or who gets you know that it's going to unlock another level of man that's going to look at you, in my opinion.
I understand why you say that, but
Yes, you might think you look more attractive too, but I'm saying you also
and you might feel
know
more confident, etc. But you know that it's
that it's a,
the reason
yeah.
why I don't 100% agree with that, even though a lot of the time the motivation is men behind it. But what do you have to say? What about mothers?
Oh, that's
that have just
different.
given birth and they've decided to get a little tummy
Oh,
tuck?
that's different.
Do you
That's
get?
completely
Then it's
different.
just like, it's not really for men because more time you're married.
I was
you're
saying,
not
I think it
you know,
depends
it's
on the
just-
surgery and what it is.
Okay, yeah.
And like she said, motivation, because that's completely different. Like your body has completely changed because
Right.
you've bared life.
We're not comparing that to 18-year-old.
Whereas you're 18 years old, your body hasn't
body was
even
already alright.
finished like completing,
Developing.
transforming, and already you've decided to go under the knife.
And even on that, it's become people's plot line or their storyline. Like, for instance, you're basing your whole TikTok account on, this is going to be my BBL journey. So that's how you're going to amass views.
No.
That's your entrance.
You see
that's
that?
your entrance into,
I don't
into,
know.
No, I'm
Into
saying that's
social
what people
media,
do.
yeah.
Guys, let's be honest. The reason why they're doing that is because that's what some people want to see.
But that's
Do you
what I'm
get? They're
saying.
targeting a certain amount of
Yeah.
audience.
But your body shouldn't
I'm not
be
gonna
your-
lie. I would rather I see a TikTok about this is my BBL journey than I drink 4 liters a day to have my body like this. I'll be
Okay, so
honest
you're
with
saying
you.
you'd rather they not lie to you.
Rather tell the truth, tell your journey,
No, but what
say
I'm
how it
saying is
happened,
fitness plan.
show what your body was like before, take us to Turkey.
Oh no, that's not even what I'm saying.
Oh.
You're right. I'd rather you tell the truth, facts. But I'm saying,
said
don't-
take
that's-
us-
don't
take us to
use
Turkey.
it
It's
don't
become your
use- that's your
identity.
Don't use that as your career. My career is, I'm going to get a BBL, and this is how I'm going to get views, and then this is how I'm going to start my career.
Cause
that's what people are doing nowadays. Oh, I'm gonna become.
their whole
I'm gonna
identity.
become a vegan because if I become a vegan, I'm gonna get views. Oh, if I become this
these
girl,
days it's for the money.
It's for the money.
If I go on Love Island, it's not to find love, but I'm going to be an influencer.
I want to be a PLT brand ambassador.
At the end of the day, it's all about opportunities these days.
Yeah.
And
Don't
even
use
though
your
I
body
see,
for that.
even though
I
I
don't
see
think.
that side, I get it. I'm not gonna lie and sit here with you and say I don't get it. I get it. If you feel comfortable doing it, go ahead, make your money. But at the end of the day, just know that when whatever content you're posting, you're very responsible for a lot of people.
Yes.
So just be careful.
Yes. Oh, on that. This is why I really respect Molly May. Yeah?
Yes.
Because
shout
I
out
think
to her.
more people need to be vocal with their dissolving of their things as well as much as it needs to be balanced.
There needs to be a balance.
Because
Yeah.
her
K. Michelle
doing
as
that,
well.
Exactly. K. Michelle is another example. Her doing that is going to influence people to see a different side. You don't see that a lot. A lot of the time, people are vocal when they get the stuff done. But if say they actually some people, most of the time actually people are not vocal. But I'm saying people need to be more vocal about when they reverse what they've done, because I think people love to say the whole narrative of, I'm living my life, it doesn't matter what I do, these people should think for themselves, which is true. But unfortunately, the way human beings are wired and the way God created us is that we are influencers. Regardless of whether you have 5 million followers or you have 10, you have a circle of people in your life that you influence.
Yep, you have an impressionable audience.
So whatever you do, yes or no, whether you're not the one who gave them the say and told them to do it, yes, but if they saw that they look up to you, or they saw that, she did it, I can do it,
And it looks
You
good
are
on her, let me go and do it
people.
also.
And you should want to have a more positive influence over people than a negative influence.
And I
I'm
think-
so
I
glad
just think
she-
it's selfish as well.
Yeah.
I'm so glad she showed it, because looking at the comments underneath her YouTube video, there was one comment that stood up to me, and she was just like, wow, like, Molly, you look so beautiful, like, post getting rid of all your fillers, and it's made me see myself differently.
Exactly.
Like, seeing you with just like not huge lips and full voluptuous lips, like, it's actually okay.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know how we got to this place where if your lips aren't a certain way, if your body isn't a certain way, then
Like
you don't fit the
normalcy-
narrative. Like, there's no chance for you.
Exactly, like normalcy is ugly nowadays. Like it's not good to look normal. You need to look like a baddie 24/7.
Yes.
As in having a normal body, having a normal face, carrying yourself in a normal way, having a normal job. All of these things are despised now. You must be something else.
And I don't know why. Sorry, and I don't know why. Just to slightly move on, it's still the
Yeah,
same
go on.
context, and I don't know why all of a sudden you look like the villain if you say you
You're
don't like
against-
these
or
things
yeah.
or you're against it. An example that happened. Sorry, I'm
You
going to
go.
refer to Love Island again for people that are not aware. So you had to. The men had to, list out things that they don't like.
Pet peeves.
Pet peeves in
Women.
the other gender. And a guy called Hugo on the show, a contestant, he said, what did he say?
He said fake stuff. He
Fake
doesn't like fake stuff.
He doesn't like
and
fake
he kept
stuff.
saying
and two
it.
of the women on there, they were very vocal that, they had their boobs done, their lip done, and they were getting very annoyed at him, and I can understand the frustration because the insecurity then comes onto you. It's just like all of that. But you cannot tell someone that they can't have a pet peeve of not liking fake things. He's very valid in his point. In
Yes,
saying that.
and he's very entitled to feel
Very
that way.
Entitled.
Yes, and-
No one's saying don't get your surgery, get it. But
Get
if
if
someone
you
doesn't
want.
like it,
Yeah.
there's nothing you can do about it.
And I
They're not
didn't
wrong.
like how afterwards, because I saw the snippet and how, she went into her life story, Piers Morgan life story, she was bullied,
And I
X,
can't
Y,
believe
Z.
she compared
And
it
we're not
to
dismissing
flipping
that, whatever. If you're bullied, I'm sorry that happened. But for you to now, essentially what they did was you projected.
Yeah.
You projected your
Absolutely.
insecurity, and because someone doesn't like what you've done, it's now, you're against me. And I don't like that whole, like you said, how it's now become on social media. If you're not for it, then it's like you're the
You're a
enemy,
villain.
you're the villain.
Yeah.
Like, how can you let people do what they want to do? I'm so sorry. If you believe that storyline of let people do what they want to do, let people believe what they want to believe
That's
as well.
correct.
If people don't like fake stuff, they don't like fake stuff.
And that's the thing, you getting something done unfortunately leaves you open to criticism.
Scrutiny.
Because it's different. Say I came out my mother's womb looking like this, I can't do anything about it.
Right.
It's different. You then being rude to me about how I look naturally is more offensive than somebody being rude to you about something you've gotten done. Because at the end of the day, that's something you've chosen to do to yourself. That's something that can be tweaked. Tomorrow you can dissolve your lip filler. Tomorrow you can enlarge the breast.
Yeah, it's just
Tomorrow,
not natural. It's
and
not how you were
that's not
naturally made.
So unfortunately, it's going to open up like conversation.
It opens up that can of worms, and obviously we're not saying trolling is okay and people
No,
to believe.
bullying is
That's not what we're
never
saying
okay.
at all. But essentially, it opens that can of worms,
It does.
and it is inevitable.
Because and nobody should make, honestly, at the end of the day, this woman spent her money, did her body, whatever she wants to do, and you're entitled to do that, as we're saying.
The same way I'm entitled to my opinion.
Be comfortable
That's it.
in your decision, and do not project your insecurities onto other people, because at the end of the day, that's the
Absolutely.
choice that you made.
Right.
Be happy with it.
Right.
And you know that it's fake. When you got it done, you knew it would be fake. And you
It's
knew that some
artificial. It's
people
not real.
wouldn't like it.
You've put something in your body that it doesn't really belong there.
But then one thing I even also wanted to say is the rise of body modifications has also warped what normal people look like to other people. So now, like you were saying, people assume that all people should look one way, which is
That's
so
not the case, yeah.
crazy to me. Like all
It's
men
so
should be
weird.
this, should be like this. All women should look like this. It's so dangerous, because then you groom another generation of young children that believe that a woman, if she doesn't have a certain size of breast or a certain type of hips or then she's not attractive. She shouldn't even
She's
be
not desired
spoken to as a woman, because she hasn't.
She should
fit
be
the criteria.
disrespected.
It's so,
And you know what? I'm so glad that you pointed out that when people get BBL, some women anyway, they make it their identity, because it's so funny. Yeah, there's this guy on TikTok. He's basically dedicated his TikTok to he's basically like a parody account where he now makes fun of, okay, when people get BBLs, this is how they act, this is how they
that's
drink,
a whole
this is
trend
how
on
they
Twitter,
drink their
on
water, this is
TikTok.
how they now start buying stuff from Starbucks. They never went to Starbucks before, but once they got their BBL, that's when they started
Starbucks
going
will
to
see
Starbucks.
them.
Yeah, and this is how they sit down. All of a sudden, they start wearing Fashion Nova. Before, they were never buying from Fashion Nova.
Social media is not a real place.
That's what, and it seeps,
I thought it seems like people are forgetting
it
sometimes.
seeps into everything, because even now, if you go on Pretty Little Thing, if you go on Misguided, if you go on Fashion Nova, well, Misguided I don't think does this, but Pretty Little Thing,
Yeah,
and all
I know what
these
you're
really
gonna say already.
fast fashion brands, you go on their websites, and the models that they have are the models that you see on Instagram, or the Instagram bodies. So then you're now making women, when they're just simply going to shop, feel like they do not match up to, and they don't know how their body's going to look like in an outfit,
Right.
because they can't see anyone on that website that looks like them.
Or even the clothes that they've now decided to manufacture.
Oh, that one's even a different
It's
story.
it's not for the everyday normal girls.
can't
It's
go on PLT
for the
to wear church clothes.
it's the Insta baddies. If there's not a hole on the side, there's a hole on the bum. There's a hole in the chest. There's a hole on the sides. What is going
It's like
on?
everybody's meant to have this tiny waist, big hips, nice set of breasts, whatever, and that's how they're making clothes. How are you going to make clothes for an Instagram body when you're not making clothes for normal bodies anymore?
Everyday working class citizens.
Guys, the thing, all we're saying is, like we've been saying throughout the podcast, if you want to get surgery, cosmetic surgery, no one's saying don't get it in
go
it.
for it.
Just make sure you're doing your research, because
I'm saying don't get it. Sorry.
Oh yeah. If you're my friend, I would tell you not to.
Even if you're not my friend, I'm still telling you don't get
Okay.
it.
do you know the reason why? The reason why it's just dangerous.
Don't get
Like,
it. I'm
it's
sorry.
just
It's not worth it.
But then
bro.
obviously there's different types. Before we wrap up, there's different.
I'm talking about BBLs.
I'm talking about
because say for
BBLs.
instance you want to get your teeth done. I don't really care. I personally think I actually miss people having normal teeth. I can't even cap. Everybody has veneers now. Everybody has
God.
like this really
Perfect.
fake looking smile. And
Perfect looking
I'm not saying
Ken Barbie
I'm saying,
type smile.
I'm not saying,
Unattainable white.
I'm not saying don't get Invisalign, because I think getting Invisalign makes your normal natural teeth straight.
That's different.
fine.
bit
That's
different.
completely different.
But
I just want to whiten my teeth.
everybody having the same set of teeth, like
I'm confused
It's
how we
kind
got
of
here.
What do you guys
Scary.
think of piercings?
cool if that's what you want to do.
Is that it?
Cool. I don't have a problem. Like,
I like piercings.
yeah, I think piercings are cute. Like,
Obviously, depending on where you're getting them.
just do them for yourself.
But that's the thing. I feel like piercings and stuff like plastic surgery, going under the knife, that's completely different, because even though
they can go that far.
I mean, but that's the thing with piercings. It's like you don't want
There's
it today,
no-
you take it out.
Yeah,
whereas
there's
whereas
no
the other one is
comparison
kind
there,
of
let's be honest.
it's a
It's
bit
life-threatening,
extreme.
let's be
Yeah,
honest.
piercings, you don't
What
die
about
from piercings.
tattoos?
Obviously, you can still get an infection, but you don't. Once the infection clears, you're fine. The infection is that when you're from BBLs is quite extreme.
Severe, life-threatening.
Hey.
What about tattoos?
I love a tattoo, but
Oh,
I love them on people. Yeah, I do. I don't know if
I don't
I'll
know you
get-
like
I love
tattoos.
tattoos, but I don't know if I'd personally get one. I've always said maybe when I have kids I might, but like, I'm
But
not
would you get their names?
Yeah, like I'm not the type
That's
to
cute.
have my whole body.
I know what you
tattooed.
mean. Like, it's not, if it's there, it's there.
It's
If
there,
it's
like,
not,
do you know what I'm
then
saying?
you're not missing it.
Yeah, like I do think people just get stuff nowadays though, and they're not thinking.
What about you, Ash? What do you think of tattoos?
I don't think anything about it.
She said no.
That means
No,
you're
do you know?
not a fan.
No, I don't really have a problem with it compared to how I used to.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. I can't never say never. But as far as I'm aware, I don't think I'm getting a tattoo.
Great.
Yeah, I don't think I'm getting it.
I don't think as Kim Kardashian said, you wouldn't put a sticker on a Benz. So
LOL.
Well,
Actually, yeah. Before we wrap up, I want to ask you guys.
you
this,
know.
yeah?
What did he say? Sorry. Bye. No, but I'm talking about. We're talking about tattoos.
she probably has tattoos as well.
Anyways, my last question was,
I bet she didn't even.
in line with all the body.
She actually did.
in line with
Thank
all the
you,
body
Wendy Williams. Check it out.
Shh, guys. In line with all the body modification stuff, I think one thing that's very popular now too is women getting beauty procedures done to make their beauty enhancements last longer, to look like it's their natural self.
Like
so whether
Botox.
it's microblading the eyebrows so they always have eyebrows done,
okay.
or having like eyelash extensions so that your eyelashes
okay,
are always
yeah.
done.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that too? Because that's a body modification, but it's different. Like it's more of a beauty one.
Oh yeah, it falls under that category. That's a good point, actually.
Like, do you think it's good that people
Would you say
are
nails as well
trying
as part of
to?
that?
Yeah, it's all part. I
Like
think.
nails.
What do you think of people always wanting to look that way 24/7? Because I
It's
think
a lot of effort.
Yeah, no, it is.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot
It's
of
a
effort.
lot of effort, a lot of money.
But I don't know. That one in comparison to the BBLs and stuff, they're not comparable to me.
Okay.
I think that's still, 'cause
Yeah,
like you
I
said,
agree.
that's more beauty standards in the sense where, like, you know, you could take it out tomorrow if you want to
Yeah.
and things like that. But I just feel like, you know, we're women, like who doesn't want to feel good? Let's be honest. Do you get what I mean? So if that's what makes you feel good, if you think eyelash extensions 24/7 is what makes you feel good, as long as when they're not on,
You still
feel happy and you still feel, you know, then I don't think
Good
there's
point.
a problem.
I just think it's a thin line in it, because you can say that about the eyelash extensions, where you can easily say that about the body modifications too. Because I personally think, if the norm is women always looking that way, you always have your eyelashes done, always have your eyebrows done, always have your nails done, it then warps what a woman put together looks like. Then women that don't have that are seen as bummy or seen as not.
But I think-
But then where's that judgment coming from? Because it's not the women that are doing it.
no, women
It's
too.
men.
Women also look at other women like that.
True,
I don't
there are
think
some
that's right.
No, yeah, exactly. That's what she's saying. There are some women who are like, okay, but if you're not getting your nails done, if you're not doing X, Y, Z,
Then
then you're not really a woman. You're not really
No, that's not
maintaining
cool.
yourself. You're
You
not
shouldn't look down on other
self-caring.
women. They just, if anything, it's just because they don't like that sort of thing.
Right, exactly.
You know, them feeling beautiful comes in other ways for them. Yeah, that's your way of feeling
Agreed.
beautiful. So any woman that's out there that's consistently doing their nails, their eyelashes, and look at other women look at other women weird.
That's
for not doing
weird.
it.
I can't lie to you.
think that's very weird. In
It is
itself.
weird.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Does that exist?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Or
it's
like, say,
real.
for instance, you're a type of babe that wouldn't get your nails done for your birthday, wouldn't get eyelash extensions
Oh,
done for
right,
your birthday.
yeah.
It's like, oh, you're not putting effort in.
Yeah.
But that's just because
Are you not really gonna like celebrate
Yeah.
your birthday?
Yeah.
No, what you do? No, but do you know what I mean? Like, what's going on? Sort of
You're
thing.
right.
Yeah.
No, the way I'm judging your birthday is based how you're dressed. If you're not dressing like the way you know, then I'll be like, you're not putting effort, not through your nails, or your hair, like maybe your hair.
But yeah. That's all for this week, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Do you guys have anything you want to say at the end?
Love God, love
Thank
people.
you. We appreciate you.
Facts though.
And this is literally this is us diving in. We're literally on our second episode already. So stay tuned. We've got more content this season for you guys, and we honestly cannot wait to have our special guests on. And yeah, love you.
Love you.
Oh, that was cute. Love you.
See you next week, guys.
Bye, guys.